Hey guys, it's Izabella from Heal Team 6, and I'm actually here with Fabien Cousteau, who is going to be diving down tomorrow for mission 31. And I thought that was really cool. First of all, thank you for letting me interview you. This is really actually very cool.
Well, Izabella, it's a pleasure to be here, and you're my hero.
Thank you. All right, so let's get started. What was it like growing up with Jacques Cousteau?
You know, like I would imagine anybody else growing up with a grandfather or a family, I didn't know any better. We're an unusual family. We've done unusual things, but that's my perspective as an adult looking back. Back then, I didn't know any better, and so diving was normal. You know, just being part of that experience was quote unquote normal.
That actually sounds like pretty fun. I mean, like my usually normal activities are like going to the pool and riding bike. So I still love the ocean though. Like if I knew how to dive, I would probably be doing that a lot.
Well, you're 12 now, right?
Yeah.
So that means that you can actually learn to scuba dive and have a scuba diving certification, so you can go to the oceans and dive and explore this 99% of our world's living space. We've explored less than 5% of it, so there's a lot for you to do.
Wow. So I have to look into that actually, because I really want to do that. Since I'm a kid, I already told you about Heal Team 6 before we actually started recording. What do you think I could do to get kids more concerned about the environment?
Well, first of all, kids are the most important aspect of this. They are the heroes. They're the ones that will get their parents, their local communities, and government officials motivated to do something about our environment. So, with that said, you know, if you as a young person don't do anything, then unfortunately we've seen what's happened when we don't do anything. So it really is up to you to make us, the adults, motivated to make change.
That's actually one of the most important parts of Heal Team 6. We're trying to educate kids about cleaning up litter and saving our environment, because they're really what's going to be, they're the next generation, they're what's going to be cleaning up our home.
Well, and that's a very good point. It's not really about the environment. As much as we can love it and do good things to it, it's about ourselves. Because if we don't take care of the environment is not going to be able to take care of us. And at the end of the day, like you said, you're going to be inheriting either a good thing or a mess. And yeah. I, as a used-to-be kid, maybe still in here, want to make sure that you get to inherit a planet that's beautiful, that's exactly the way I saw it as your age.
Yeah, just like that. Because that's kind of going away now. Because people are, you know, litter all over the place, cigarette butts.
You know, and a lot of times it's lack of information. It's not necessarily always lack of caring. It's lack of knowledge and education. And so, if you can motivate your peers, other young people like yourselves, and if you can motivate adults and look at them and say, why are you squandering my future? You know, I mean, rattle their cage. You know, wake them up, because adults come up with all sorts of weird excuses. Yeah. And they always say, oh, it's impossible, oh, it's not practical. Well, guess what? It is possible and it is practical, because we're talking about our life support system.
Yeah. This is our life right here. Plastic is one of the biggest problems, I have to admit. Even after all this, people still don't bring like plastic bags to the grocery store. What do you think I can do about that? Because
that's a huge problem, and it's a great question. You know, plastics and all kinds of pollution are something that people don't necessarily think about, because out of sight, out of mind, right? And we turn around and we'll see things like in parks, in
oceans.
Even oceans, right? You'll see plastics, and you have to remember, plastic is an indestructible thing, right? For all intents and purposes. It lasts over 500 years. Any piece of plastic that we've manufactured since its inception is still on this planet today.
Yeah.
And is piling up everywhere. And now we're starting to see that pile up on ocean shores, in lakes, in streams, in our very own backyards. And the reason why we should care is not just because it's site pollution, but because that stuff ends up in the food web, right? So in things that we eat. And why that's so important is it's full of toxins, it's full of things that cause cancer and learning and behavioral disabilities, all sorts of nasty, nasty stuff that even if we don't care about the environment, we should care about ourselves.
I think that's also, plastic bags are also like the main cause of death of turtles, right? Because they think that it's jellyfishes and those are their main. I remember that from somewhere.
Well, and that's a good point, because you know, we're used to seeing plastic and using plastic
Everywhere.
unfortunately everywhere, but animals don't have any concept of what plastic is.
They don't know what it is.
And they mistake it for food a lot of times.
Yeah, because I think they don't have as good as eyesight, and they can't tell whether or not they don't have like that kind of mindset.
Well, even if they have better eyesight than we do, they don't know what plastic is. So for them, it could be a source of food, and they need to eat.
Look at that. It's a jellyfish. Okay, so tell me about the Plant a Fish program.
So Plant a Fish is something that I felt was really necessary in order to engage local communities around the world. And the concept is very similar to what we're familiar with on land, right? We know how to plant a tree, we know what it does, we know the benefits of that. But why is it that we ignore the ocean part of our world? If you look at the planet from outer space, right?
That's most of our
planet. Why is it that we're not doing something to benefit that part of it? And so it engages people such as yourself to go out there and have fun, get wet, get dirty, and quite literally, in some cases, plant fish, but more importantly, things like mangroves and seagrasses and oysters. Exactly. You know, I mean, those things are of paramount importance to our ocean system. And when you're in Florida, you know, mangroves and coral reefs, or anywhere, but here, I mean, that's your frontline defense to storm surges. It's the habitat for over 70% of the biodiversity here, and you have this beautiful National Marine Sanctuary right here, and you know, that's something that really needs to be cherished and protected.
You can actually go almost anywhere in the Keys, and you will see at least like 1 billion mangrove plants wherever you go, which is, you know, that's great. But you see like all the litter trapped inside of them, and you can't get it out, which bothers me because I just want to.
Well, it's a two-pronged problem, right? So either people are cutting down mangroves because they want to see the ocean or whatever, in which case you're destroying nurseries, you know, for fish and all that, and you're breaking down a natural barrier against storm surge and all that. Or there's also pollution issues, so plastics get caught in the mangroves. So next time you go out, whether you're kayaking or boating, pick up some of that trash.
I always do. I realized, like, when I went boating for like one of the first times when I was like already kind of mature, I realized everywhere that I would go, there would be at least like a Coke can or a soda can, and that bothered me so much, but I couldn't go in the water, which also bothered me because the boat went by so fast. And I wanted to just go pick it up, but I couldn't, which bothered me, and that's why I want to just save the ocean and save the earth, pretty much.
Well, more people that think and act the way you do, the more we're able to make a good, positive impact on the planet.
Yeah. Alright, so this is actually a pretty big deal for me and for HEAL Team 6. I wanted to give you the first O.A.R award, which is Ocean Awareness Recognition. I have to look down at that. It's kind of a big deal, I guess, in my opinion, because we're gonna start giving these to people who care about the environment as much as me and as much as you. And yeah, so we're gonna have an actual O.A.R painted, and once that's ready, we're gonna give that to you. But in the meantime,
well, Izabella, this is a huge honor. You know, I'm not unfamiliar with getting awards and things like that, but this to me means more than any of those because it comes from you. It comes from my hero for the planet, and as a matter of fact, this looks strangely familiar. And you know, I'm really honored to get this. I would love to bring it down to Aquarius with me and put it down there to remind me of my heroes, which are young people such as yourselves. And I can't thank you enough for this.
Well, thank you for letting me do this interview and just being here.
Thank you very much. I love your dress, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm just the superhero, so.
Izabella, you're about to interview Fabien Cousteau. Are you excited?
Yeah.
This is your biggest interview so far.
I know.
So what do you think about Fabien?
Well, I saw him up there. He just waved.
Oh, he did?
I'm a little nervous. I'm going to get over that.
Gotcha.
In, like 20 minutes. But still.
20 minutes interview will be over. You better get over it first.
Okay, I'll get over it in 5 minutes.
There you go. And he'll be down in about 5 minutes, so that'll be perfect.
Alright. So, yeah.
Alright. Well,
pretty cool.
This is an exciting day so far, huh? Alright. This is what it's going to be when you're the head of Heal Team 6, helpendalllitter.org.
Yeah.
We're going to save the planet, and people like Fabien does that. So he's one of our heroes, right?
Yeah.
See, my beach heroes are different than regular heroes.
Yeah.
Our people are the ones helping the world, not making money. Right?
Yep. And we're going to the Redland Riding Academy later.
That's right.
So
We go Redland Riding Academy right after this.
yeah.
That's going to be fun. You're going to need to get some horseback riding lessons. Something eating you up over there? All right. Well, let's go off camera because he'll be here in just a moment.
All right.
Bye.
Girl power.
That stole Fabien's French accent.
So here's some behind the scenes. We're trying to work, and the women are complimenting each other on cell phone covers. How are you doing, Amy?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. My favorite publicist. You do a great job. All right. And over here,